Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Zigzag Sailing, where in this episode you'll be joining Alex and myself, Katie, on our journey in our home-built catamaran that took us 4 years to build, and she is a Tiki 30 designed by James Wharram. We love her very much, and we're so excited to share this journey all the way from St Barts to Guadeloupe with a couple of stops in between. We hope you enjoy yourselves, and thanks so much for watching. We got the breakfast of champions here, and we're taking a little bite before we leave. It's just past, I don't know what time. 6 a.m. The sun has risen. And so it's looking like a light wind day, and we are ready to go. We got the cooler filled with all of our food this time, so we don't have to bother going down under. Love these cannon coolers.
You gotta shoot that out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right there's one.
Alright.
Another upwind sail. I think we're gonna try to go on the other side of St. Kitts so it's not so wavy.
You can see St. Barts behind us. It's so exposed, you know, we didn't want to stay there any longer.
Someone's supposed to be shifting around to the east over the next 3 days. This is just the very beginning of when it should have started shifting. This afternoon, the forecast is for it to start shifting to the east more, and then Sunday, Monday will be like more like easterly. So we're hoping by tomorrow morning there'll be a pretty good east wind. There's the birds that they're staring at.
I think we got a booby flying over us.
I didn't want him to just get up suddenly.
St. Kitts tonight, so we get a little rest from some of the waves. I finally got a chance to steer.
Finally calm enough for her to want to steer. We're finally behind the lee of St. Kitts a little bit. And we're on like a tight reach. We basically covered almost 30 miles in 5 hours, so we're averaging 6 knots at 50 degrees upwind. Our upwind angle is about 50 degrees off the wind, and that's fairly good. We never actually measured what our angle was before today, so I think we're doing well on averages.
Upwind day, and we are in sight of our anchorage in St. Kitts, beyond the horizon there, and we are excited to have a beer upon arrival and a figure for Jasmine. It's been a rough day, but through it all, I'm just glad we have each other. All right, we finally made it. Alex is diving our anchor right now, and the dogs just had a nice little pig ear, and we are just thankful to be here. It's one of the roughest sails that we've done. We have our Q flag up because we are not checking into St. Kitts. We are leaving right away in the morning, and the pups aren't really well recepted in St. Kitts, so we can't check them in. We don't have a vet meeting us at the dock or anything. Like, we're just in and out. And hopefully we will leave early in the morning, but we left right at 6 a.m. from St. Barts, and we arrived at 6 p.m. in St. Kitts, so it was a long day. How's it looking? He said he found a good sandy patch in there, and I think he's just cleaning the bottom of the hole right now. I prepared a craft cocktail and wait for my lover to grab it from my hand, and then we cheers.
70 miles.
70 more miles tomorrow.
No ice.
This is like the best beer I've ever tasted. We are gonna reheat some pasta leftovers by adding more cheese. We put our pasta in the cooler and it got a bunch of water in it.
No. It's got an abandoned, there's an abandoned bar restaurant there. And we're like pretty rural St. Kitts right now. Like farthest out you can possibly be here.
Yeah, but it's stunning. Good morning. We are leaving St. Kitts. Alex is pulling the anchor up. I'm at the home. We did have a little fly problem in our bathroom hole, so we left it all open, and we think that's because it was closed up for 12 hours when we were sailing, so that was not a fun surprise to get. And I'm about to stick. Talk to you soon.
We have one reef in the jib, just in case. One reef in the main. And Guadeloupe, 70 miles this way.
Hello. So, we have Nevis far behind us. The wind has shifted east.
More to the east than before. So we're almost headed directly south right now. We hope the wind is going to shift around even more to the northeast as we go.
And we just made a tack so we can make PB&Js because I didn't make sandwiches ahead of time, which I should have. We got the Pillow Princess towards the bow, and the ants in your pants Momo walking around. After a really long sail, we ended up spending the night in Montserrat. We also couldn't check in with the dogs here, so it was just a one-night rest, and it was really, really quaint. And we loved these awesome cliff faces. It looked like little caves were in there as well. Alright, we just arrived. There's some kids playing in the water up there. Looks like some road access and these awesome cliff faces. Looks like everyone else has their Q flag up too. Good morning, live from Montserrat. We got coffee. He's shaking it. We got 30 miles to go to Guadeloupe today. We're very excited to get there. It feels like 5:36. Guadeloupe today, finally. Alex is steering and is predicting 15 to 20 knots today.
We have a second reef in the main, first reef in the Jake.
Yes, we are. 'Cause we're getting there today.
We're getting there today. No matter what. Can't come back.
Oh. We are about 20 miles to Guadeloupe. She is barely in sight. Right where you see those cloud formations. These waves are relentless. So our feet haven't been able to get dry. So they're very wrinkly. Because all the waves just splash in the engine well. We passed Montserrat, which gave us a great little rest for the night.
Sailboats are going in the same direction. It's a race. We've been racing this mono all day long.
All day!
We're finally converging on them.
Who will yield? Almost to Guadeloupe there. Alright, we've come to that point in time. After 9 hours, we are pulling up to Deshaies. Alex put us on the same tack.
We had to tack away from Montserrat to get away from the lee shore of Montserrat, but after that, the wind shifted a bit so that we were facing almost directly southeast, straight into Deshaies without tacking. Since Montserrat, we haven't tacked, and this is where we wanted to end up.
If that isn't meaningful, I don't know what is.
Pretty lucky.
Almost finally walking around. She actually tried to go on the starboard bow. The waves were really rough, and I got up to pee myself, and she check in with you guys once we get anchored in Deshaies. So we're super excited to eat a meal that's not cooked by us.
Say goodbye to everyone now. Go inside, just take it slow.
Alright, this was the coolest dinghy dock that I've been so far. It fed into the river where the mouth led to the ocean, and it was under this cute little bridge, and we were able to get a nice little walk-in with the dogs, and then Alex checked us all in at immigration. Unfortunately, they wanted €5 in cash, which we didn't have, so we went over to the ATM in town and got the €5, walked back, and once we got checked in, we did head back to the boat and cooked our own dinner, unfortunately with minimal effort. That meant hot dogs and beans. The next morning we slept in and headed out to see the Deshaies River. It was super lush, super gorgeous, especially after sailing, so incoming in a warning, a lot of river content is coming at you. After hiking for almost 3 hours, we headed back to the boat, dropped off the dogs, and then set on our mission to get some awesome food. I got some lobster salad. Alex got the rib and fries. Tasted so good. The next day we actually ended up returning back to the river, and we were able to do some laundry with our biodegradable soap, and with the fresh water and time to kill drying our clothes, I was able to do some yoga. It was really, really nice, and the dogs loved being there as well. To cool off, Alex and I did some snorkeling around the Bay of Deshaies. Loved the cliff faces and loved the giant sponges in the reef. Good morning. We are taking the dogs for a walk, and then we're gonna go get a taxi to hopefully get some coconut coir for our composting toilet. So we actually ended up abandoning the taxi idea in favor of Alex's favorite activity, walking everywhere and anywhere. But I got to see this really cute cow, and we got a chance to check out the hardware store that unfortunately had nothing we needed. With only 2 miles under our belt, we still had time to kill, and it was a super calm day. What you're seeing now is Montserrat in the view. So we ended up going to the botanical garden. So we can't do our hike back to our boat because it is pouring down rain, so we're gonna get a little shuttle back. And I'm super excited I don't have to walk anymore.
I'd love to walk.
Yeah, Alex would walk everywhere if he could.
We have waterproof backpacks.
Yeah, I'm just a little cold, so I don't want to walk. But the gardens were beautiful, and it was worth the hike uphill. Here, it was only a mile, but it was very hot, so yeah, and it was all uphill, so I don't know. We had a little drink and ready to go back to the boat so we can close it up, because we always crack the windows for the dogs.
And the hatch is wide open, main hatch in the kitchen.
But we're gonna go back. Left Deshaies this morning, and we are going to have to run errands. So we took all the reefs out of our main, and then we put our J1 up, which is our biggest jib, and we are headed south. We couldn't find coconut coir or peat moss for our composting toilet, and we are like on rations, so we really gotta find a garden store there. We've been dodging these fishing buoys all morning. Yeah, they're all plastic bottles, and the coast is just lined with them. Highly annoying because a lot of the times you can't even see them. Yeah, we're doing 3 or 4 knots and 5 to 8 knots of wind, which is awesome. And this is the sailing I signed up for.
So I finally figured out how to get this tiller pilot to work for us. First of all, I added 2 more wires that go directly from the battery to the distribution panel, and that helped with the restarting of the electronics. Adding too much electronics to our system, so we didn't have a big enough wire. Anyways, this is the autopilot actually functioning. And I put it on the port side of the boat, so I just had to reverse port and starboard by holding down the plus and minus 1 button, and it worked. We're just coming up to Cousteau Reserve, like a national park named after Jacques Cousteau, who was a famous French explorer. I don't even know at what time frame that was, but this whole area is like a diving sort of area. There's like at least 5 dive sites plus 1 wreck, and this island is called Pigeon Island. I think there's like a few dive sites on here too. Good morning.
We are rowing in from our 12-foot anchorage today.
Our 12-foot deep anchor spot, yeah. It's like 10 feet deep.
Zigzag's looking gorgeous. And we are gonna give the dogs a nice walk because they didn't get one yesterday.
He's shaking and then just...
Picked out this bathhouse that geothermal water feeds through. People going in and out with gallons, just collecting probably bath water. We don't think it's drinkable, but it's cool. There's like a bunch of little seats and tiles in there. The next morning, we ended up packing up our biggest jib and headed out of Sable Bay. And if you've never seen anyone flake a sail, this is how you do it. You kind of just fold it all neatly and make sure there's no bunches in the creases there. And I usually just kind of follow Alex's lead here. I'm still learning. Alex folded up the biggest jib all nice and neat, and then we put it in the sail bag, and then we began to take out the second biggest jib. So we're storing the sails in the dog's bed now, and it seems to be working out pretty well.
They don't need all that space.
No.
We just allowed them to have all that space.
Yeah. Alex began to set up the day two by first attaching the base of the jib and then attaching all of the soft shackles thereafter. How many soft shackles are there?
I think 9 or 10. Something like 10, 9, 8. Something like that. On all different ones. On all the different jibs, I think each one has one more than the other one.
So do most sailboats have hard shackles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like ours came with bronze hanks.
So Alex found this piece of, we think, mango wood while snorkeling.
Yeah.
And he's been, you know, carving it and chipping. Yeah. It's a little side project. We are gonna make it into a platter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant platter.
Yeah.
Nice. That's natural indentation already. So we just use the natural indented side as the hollow and the natural other side as the bottom.
Yeah, because not a lot of types of wood sink. It's either fruits or or lignum vitae.
So we had like a mysterious 1 amp draw all night, as well as our 4 amp fridge that turns on quite a lot because it's hot here.
So we need what, new fittings?
I'm gonna get a piece of 8 gauge wire, and that's gonna go from the battery to the circuit breaker, and I'm gonna need a shut-off switch for that as well. We did find peat moss at the grocery store here, so... It's mostly soil, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just soil, but it works as a composting agent.
But we're so far out here in this island, like...
We're in rural Guadeloupe right now.
Yeah, it's so far away from any of the cities here, or any of the larger towns. Yeah. Like I spent $100 at the grocery store yesterday for not that much stuff.
Yeah, it's been really still and lots of rain feeds through these mountains here. And we've collected a lot of water. which is great.
We'll just keep going to the Saints.
Which is a small island, right?
Yeah.
It reminded them of St Barts because it had a lot of...
right. That was St Barts 25 years ago.
Yeah, because it had a bunch of bikes and electric cars, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Far Guadeloupe, we've just been out in very rural areas, Deshaies is cool. It's a very quaint little town, but there's nowhere to fill up your waters.
The first half of our sail greeted us with almost no wind, so we decided to do some motor sailing and really enjoyed the ride. Not the first, not the last. At least the wind gets calmer once we're in the rain, but outside of the rain, it does get quite windier. We also favored abandoning our plan to go to the marine store in Basseterre because of the conditions and felt like we just should keep on going. Alex also saw that Les Saints was only 7 miles off of Guadeloupe. We motored all the way from Guadeloupe, so as soon as we hit the squall territory, we did put down our sails, which is okay.
We didn't really intend on motoring the entire way, but it just got too squally.
Alright, we just made it. We just picked up a mooring ball. The first time we picked up a mooring since
St Barts.
St Barts.
They didn't charge you in St Barts.
Yeah, so we think it's 10 euros a night, which isn't bad. But this bad boy does not need to be used. These fools got to go underway for most of the time because of all the squalls. And Jasmine just went on the turf. Yay! This town is super cute. I can't wait to explore it. We ended up motoring. You can see Guadeloupe right there.
They really know what people want here, bar, restaurant.
So we just arrived on land, hoping for something to eat, but then we realized it's 3 o'clock and nowhere's gonna be open until dinner. But there's a plethora of little restaurants here.
It's a really small island, I think it's 4 square miles, but they have an airport.
Yeah.
And a ferry service goes back and forth too.
Yeah.
And apparently it's very little quaint. There's a cyber cafe and a place to get your mail shipped to and water and
A cruiser's paradise. Low on provisions with hungry stomachs, Alex and I decided to go into town to get dinner, and we found ourselves a cute kitty friend on our way in. The next morning, Noah had to find that cyber cafe and bring this video right to your screen. Thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to join us for our next video for more of Les Saints and Guadeloupe before we make our next hop over to Martinique.